ladies, what's up? It's your girl Kathy Dior, and today we jumping straight into this documentary, The Tinder Swindler. Now, before we get into all of that, if you guys don't know me, hey guys, my name's Kathy Dior, and like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. But anyhow, we're gonna jump right into this. So, you guys know that I love documentaries, right? So I'm scrolling on Netflix last night and I came across this documentary called The Tinder Swindler. Now I was like, okay, let me give it a shot. Now I'm not gonna lie to you guys. When I first started watching it, I was like, oh, this seems a little bit boring. But as it went on, oh my God, it was so good. So it's this girl, her name is Cecilia, and she met a guy named Simon on the app Tinder. This is actually, like I said, it's a documentary. So these events actually happened. So now that she met the guy, she decides to go on a date with him or whatever. She messaged him. She decides to go on a date with him. When she went out on a date with him, he told her like, yo, do you want to come with me on my private jet and come on? I think he took her to Amsterdam. Wherever he took her on a private jet that same night. Her stupid ass gonna say yes. So, okay, let me not say that. She said yes, right? So I'm saying to myself, for one, you met this guy on Tinder, you don't know him, it's your first date with him, and you're gonna take a private jet out of the country with him? Anyhow, so he arranged for his driver to take her back to her house to get some clothes in a Rolls Royce, and she packed up her clothes quickly and her passport, and within an hour she was already back at the airport waiting to meet Simon. So now, when she gets to the airport, she noticed that it wasn't just her and him, it had other people there, which was his bodyguard, his business partner, and a female with a 2-year-old child. He did tell her that he had a daughter that was 2 years old and he's not together with his baby mother. She asked him, who's the girl? And he said, oh, that's his child's mother. So she thought that was kind of weird. Like, I even think that's weird. I don't want to be on a date with a guy and he's there with his baby mother's there. Like, that's so weird. So they flew out the country and she had a good time with him, and before you know it, I think before the night was over, the next day she was heading back home, and she fell in love with him. Like, every morning she'll wake up to these messages saying like, good morning, how you doing, I miss you, and all sorts of nice stuff. He will send like nice gestures to her, like a whole bouquet of big roses to her job, to her house, telling her that, oh, I love you, I miss you, send her voice notes. He'll be pinging his location everywhere he goes so she know where he's at. She fell in love with this guy. Then eventually he asked her like, oh, do you want to be my girlfriend? So she's like, yeah. Like, for one, wait, this guy, he's supposed to be like a wealthy guy. He is supposed to be a part of the Diamond District. His father, he's from Israel, and his father is supposed to be the Diamond billionaire or something like that, and he's supposed to be like very wealthy. So he's claiming that billionaire is his father. Oh my God. So now he said that the billionaire is his father, so he's splurging on her, like, you know, with all this wealthy stuff. And he asked her like, yo, you want to be my girlfriend? And she was like, sure. Then he told her, look for an apartment for them together. Now when she go look for the apartment, he told her that the spending limit is $15,000 for the month. Pause. First of all, he didn't come with her to go look for the apartments because he was always away on business trips, right? But $15,000, if I know I can't afford $15,000, I'm not looking for no apartment without you being there, because I'm not signing no lease like that. You're gonna sign your name on it. And plus, I'm not giving up my apartment. If you're gonna pay that $15,000, I'm gonna keep my apartment on the side, because I know damn well that I can't afford that. So now that she's his girlfriend or whatever, I don't think that he ever signed the lease, but he played with her a lot. He told her, oh, I want to let you know, like, you know, although you're my girlfriend or whatever, you know, it's some guys out there that really want to harm me, and you know, I just wanted to let you know like what you get yourself into. So probably like a month later or something like that, a month later, he decided to tell her like, oh, he's in trouble. Some guys on him is like, you know, tracking him from his credit cards. Do she have any American Express cards that he could use? So she was like, yeah. So he was like, oh, what's the spending limit? She told him the spending limit. He was like, oh, that's not enough. So he wanted a higher spending limit. So she's like, oh, but I don't have pay stubs to like support that so I can get an increase. He was like, okay, send me your passport information. And before you know it, she was on the payroll of the LLC Diamond Company. So he told her that, oh, she'll be employed, and she was making $94,000 a month. So they gave her an increase of $250,000 for this credit card. She sends him the credit card, and he's like, oh, all my credit cards are froze. I don't have no access to no money or whatever because these guys are after me or whatever. He's maxing out the card, maxing it out. So now she took out loans, all sorts of stuff, right? So eventually he start acting like he start moving funnier with her or whatever. And she's like, you know, you keep telling me to take out all these loans or whatever, but you're not paying it back. And he was like, okay, don't worry about it, I'm gonna give you a check. How she flew out to go get a check from him, right? And the check, it didn't clear. She called the bank, and the bank like, oh, we can't clear this check, as a fraudulent check. You know what he said after she called him? He was like, oh, you know, I held up my end of the deal. I told you I was gonna give you the money back. It's not my fault that it didn't clear. Like, are you dumb? Are you dumb? Like, how do you allow a man to make you cash out that much? Like, you don't even really know this guy. For one, the way I'm thinking is, if you said that your father is this big wealthy Forbes guy, whatever the case is, or this big billionaire, why didn't you ask your father? Even if he was involved in the whole people want to get him, he should know people that got money that could, you know, be accounted for him and be like, okay, you know what, he's a reputable guy, he got the bread or whatever the case is. Like, you know, I know I'm gonna get my money back. Why you need me as your girlfriend that barely got it? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, cool. If I lend my man money once or twice, yes. But the way, I'm not going and taking out credit cards and spending and going crazy the way how she did. She took out mad loans from, I think it was 9 different banks. Yo, she took out a total of $250,000 in loans. Yo, son. So now she noticed that he was scamming her. Now he met this other girl. Her name is Peninsula or something like that. And he asked her like, yo, you want to go on a date with me? She met him on Tinder as well. They went on a date. But see, this one, she dated somebody that was in the diamond industry before. So she was like, oh God, another diamond guy or whatever the case is. They went out to lunch. Food was coming endlessly. Like, he would just kept bringing mad food, caviar, all sorts of stuff that kept coming. They went to a diamond museum, and he knew everything about diamonds or whatever. And she said that he wasn't really to her liking because he was kind of on the shorter side and she liked taller guys. So they didn't click off as like a relationship. They kind of like try to stay in like the friend zone because they tried to make out, but it didn't work out. So they just stayed in the friend zone. He kept her as a friend. So he introduced her. He started messing with this next girl who's a Russian model. And while he started messing with her, he kept the girl Peninsula as her friend, as his friend. He took Peninsula all around. But let me tell you guys, this was like a pyramid scheme. So the money that he got from Cecilia, he would actually use it on Peninsula and the Russian model, right? And then he would just keep scamming like that, right? And flying them every night. He was going to another country in his private jet, and he was just banking on them. Now he told Peninsula, whatever her name is, he told her like, yo, listen, I got into some problems or whatever, like I need some money, all my cars is frozen. Right? And he told her like, yo, send me some money. She sent him the money or whatever the case is. Then he like, oh, send me some flights or whatever. I'll give it all back to you or whatever. She's like, okay, no problem. She sent him several flights. If you said that your money gonna free up, or I know, if you such a big person, you should have business friends that can loan you the money. You don't need your little small time friend to do that. So she bought him mad different flights to go mad places. And he never paid her back the money. So she like, yo, listen, you said that you was gonna pay me back the money. What happened? He was like, oh, I'm sorry, my cards are so frozen. But I do have a watch that costs a lot of money. You could fly out here and come get it. This dummy flew out there, sorry, she flew out there to go get the watch, only for the watch to be fake. Like, she tried to go pawn the watch, and then now the first girl, Cecilia, she decided to go and let the cops know that, you know, she was being scammed. But honestly, she wasn't being scammed. She gave permission. She gave permission. She was calling the bank and telling the bank, like, oh, don't lock the card or whatever, because the card kept getting locked. It's me. I'm in Aspen. I'm in London. I'm in Norway. All sorts of places she was saying she was, right? So it's like, okay, you knew he was using your card. But he was flying different places with different identities. So he was using like fake passports. Now, originally, he was working for a company in Israel and he stole 3 checks. So he was arrested and he fled the country, right? Now, when they originally started doing this documentary, they went to his mother's house and his mother was like, you know, like, what are you guys doing here? I didn't see my son. He changed his name. I don't see him. And you can honestly see, if this is a legit documentary, the mother lived in some raggedy hole, wherever she lived, and she had like letters on her door basically saying, like, you know, like she need to pay, like you do, like rent is due or whatever the case is. So clearly he ain't breaking his mother off with no bread or whatever, unless that was the setup as well. You never know with him. Now, the last girl who they showed on this documentary, I can't remember her name, but to me, I think that she was the smartest one out of all. She happened to see like this Netflix series that was about to come out, the documentary, sorry, that was about to come out. She decided to read into the article and she sent it to him because his name was on it. He goes by the name of Simon Levert, something like that. So she sent it to him and she found out, like, yo, he's actually scamming. But he was with her for the longest. He was with her for like 1.5 years, right? But he was a wanted man for fraud. Now let me tell y'all, all right, I don't want to get y'all a little confused, right? So now he was a wanted man for fraud. So she decided, all right, I'm gonna swindle him the same way that he swindled me. He was asking her for money or whatever. So she told him, like, yo, you wear a lot of designer clothes. She worked for a high-end fashion industry. So she was like, yo, you wear a lot of high-end clothes. Let me sell it for you on eBay. So he was like, if you need money. So she went, she flew out wherever he was, got all his designer clothes and started selling it. So she made back $192,000. And now he's calling her like, yo, where's my money? Where's my money? And she won't answer the phone or nothing. And he start bugging out. Like, you start seeing his other side. Because he portrayed a character as being nice and sweet until somebody really crossed him. Then he was saying, oh, you really messed up now. You really messed up now or whatever. Yo, he had these girls spending money. Now, the first girl who started, like, got this whole documentary up, she looked up his name and she saw that the baby mother who was on the jet with her was one of the girls who helped get him arrested the first time for that same situation, for fraud. So how the hell are you still with him now? If you got him arrested the first time, like a few years prior, how are you on the jet with him now? Like, what kind of deal y'all came up with? But for one, me, I'm scared of online dating apps. Like, I'm scared to actually venture out and meet somebody on a dating app because, for one, I don't know if you're a killer, a rapist, or whoever. Like, there's a lot of psychopaths out there. So me, personally, I wouldn't do it, but I'm not knocking anybody who's into, you know, the whole Tinder thing or whatever kind of dating app. I'm not knocking y'all. Like, y'all do what y'all do. I'm just too scared to do it. I'd rather meet somebody in person. I mean, not saying that they can be a psycho as well, but I'd rather take my chances meeting somebody in person so I can actually get a feel of them rather than just meeting a total stranger. I'm just too scared for that. But these girls are still out here looking for love. The girls, they still out here looking for love. It's so sad. And they're stuck with the debt. And the reason why, I'm not laughing at them, right? But I'm not gonna be spending my money like that on no damn man like that. Like, I'm a trick on my guy if I need to, don't get me wrong. But y'all was really like clearing the bank for this guy and he wasn't giving the money back. Me, I'm the type like, okay, I gave you $500 or whatever the case is. You say you're gonna pay me back, and then I'm gonna give you whatever else. Like, But all they saw was that he had like jets and security guards and Rolls Royce. So they thinking like, oh, he good for it and all his designer clothes. But, oh, the first girl, she kept tracking everything that he was spending the money on, right? When he say that those people was after him because of, they wanted to kill him, you ain't see that transaction when he was at the club buying champagne? Like, you didn't Google that to see like where he was when he made that transaction? It didn't tell you it was a club? Now, how much danger could you be in? How much danger could you be in if you're at the club buying champagne for the whole goddamn club? Yo, son, now he got arrested, but he was supposed to serve 15 months in jail. He only did 5 years on good behavior, and the only thing that he got arrested for was for using fake identities. He never got arrested for scamming the girls, because honestly, he really didn't scam them. I mean, he did, but he didn't scam them because they gave him their credit cards, and they also called the bank, took out all these loans on their own. So it's like, damn, son, like, y'all messed up. Like, y'all really messed up. To me, the smartest one was the last girl or whatever. At least she got some kind of money back to pay some of her debt. But these other girls are still out there, like, paying off their debt. Like, and guess what he did? He opened up a business, some kind of marketing business. So for everybody that's out there, yes, he is still out, and I don't know him. I don't know if this is actually true, but he's out here, and not out here. He's in Israel, and he has a marketing business, and I don't know. Yeah, just be careful. Like, everything that glitter ain't gold. So definitely be careful. What y'all think about that? Like, I just think that's nuts. I wouldn't even it'll be nice, of course, when you see somebody that's wealthy that want to talk to you or show so much interest in you, but was they really into him, or was they really fascinated with the lifestyle that he was so-called living? And that guy who was the billionaire in Israel is not even his father. That was a scam as well. Yo, so he out here, and now he's out of jail. He's living his best life. He got a lot of high-end cars. He seems like he got more money than what he had before he got locked up, and he's dating another model, and he's doing good for himself. At one point he hit his lows, but now he out of jail and he's doing him. Like, he's doing good again. So I don't know, man. I don't know, y'all. Whoever into this whole dating app, Tinder or whatever, Christian Mingle or whatever y'all into, just be careful. Really, really be careful, because there's a lot of scammers out here. Like I told you guys, everything on the internet ain't true. Like, people be living these fraudulent lives, and people get caught up in it. So, like I said, guys, that's my point of view. Ladies, y'all be safe out there. Shit, guys, y'all be safe out there as well. And if you guys are looking for love, I hope you guys find it, and good luck. Good luck, guys, but please don't get scammed the way that these girls got scammed. That's a real messy situation. But I know any other girls like that's my age, that's, you know, weird stuff like that, they definitely gonna have their guards up. Like, what? I'm not sending you all that money. Are you crazy? Like, I'm not taking out no loan for you. Like, you're nuts. Anyway, guys, until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.